Welcome to Jack's Shortcuts, where the topics from the past become the present of today. So, without further ado, let's continue. Hey, that rhymes! Season 4 used to be a spin-off to the show called The History of Video Games. Chris, however, retconned it into the 4th season for one simple reason. This season introduced another villain for the show, the Hell Robot, who would play an important role in the subsequent season. So turning that spin-off to another season of the show was actually a wise decision. That said, it's safe to say that it can be considered the oddball compared to the other seasons. Season 5 is where the show has put less focus on the skits in favor of a proper storyline, where the Irate gamer learns about the power of Inferno to defeat the big bad of the season, the Shadow Overlord, and the evil gamer as well as Hell had been demoted to henchman. Despite this season being vastly different compared to the rest of the show, by transforming its subplot into a main storyline, it also made it stood out more from the AVGN, who didn't have a season with a focused storyline to begin with. And I would say it was a solid storyline, even though the ending could have been much better. Season 6 was generally seen as a lower point to the show, since it would primarily focus on tearing apart games that were actually well received. Another notable change from this season is that it also toned down the profanity. Interestingly enough, regardless what mine or anyone else's opinion are on this season, it happens to be Chris Barr's favorite, with him stating that it had the most memorable moments, as well as giving him a chance to review games that he still had on his bucket list. Season 7 is interesting for several reasons. It's the season that featured several cameos from favorite stars such as Ernie Hudson or Peter Weller, thanks to a website called cameo.com. The most memorable part of Season 7, however, comes from the long-awaited crossover he made with the angry video game nerd. From once being declared a knockoff of the AVGN to collaborating with the AVGN, how the tables have turned. Season 8 onward pretty much feels consistent in terms of quality, and this show's unique style of the Irate gamer would eventually all culminate in all these seasons from here on now. A review show primarily focused on skits and editing jokes. These seasons also weren't as cameo heavy as Season 7, and at this point, the show has come very far, from once being one of the most hated web series of all time to a respectable one. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect.